Barber College Success, brought to you by Craig Charles of Crown Cutz Academy, Johnson City, Tennessee, Crown Cutz Academy, Bristol, Virginia, and Proficient Nail Academy, downtown Johnson City. Spreading love is the Tri-City way. No, scratch that. Spreading love is the Crown Cutz way. We spread love all the time in the East Tennessee, Crown Johnson City area, but you know what? Spreading love is the only way Crown Cutz know how to do it. Today, we back in the studio with my co-host with the most. My guy, Am, is taking a hiatus, but my man, Jay Boogie, is back in the studio with me.
Yes, sir.
Introduce yourself, my guy.
Jay Barber on Instagram, Jordan Barr for Bristol, Tennessee, represent the studio 423. I hope y'all having a good week, had a good New Year's, had a good Christmas.
Yes. And let's boss it out. Back in the studio, get ready to drop these gems and give you the knowledge that you need to grow. Because, you know, it starts from barber school. And we're here to just kind of let the students know, hey, everybody goes through what you're going through. You're not the only one going through what you're going through. I know one of the big things a lot of students are frantic about right now is taking this test. But we're going to talk to you about some things that we feel that you need to know to prepare you for 2024, moving forward. My man, Jay Boogie, got some questions, and we're going to answer them. We're going to hit them hard.
Yes, sir. We're going to come in with, I'm just basing off like everything, like situations that I've went through in my past when I was in barber school, or stuff that I'm going through right now. So you see some of the same issues that you're going through while you're in barber school going through right now? Yes, 100%. I feel like you're always going to go. I feel like all the situations that if you haven't experienced, you're going to experience yet, or I mean, you're going to eventually experience.
Do you think that you could have prepared better, or just from experience you just have to go through it?
I feel like some stuff you have more control of, and then other things like I feel like it just has to happen.
Okay.
Like you might be a certain type of client, and you can't like pick your clients and stuff. You never know how somebody might be, or just might not be good at explaining it. So never know.
Right.
Everything comes up random.
Right on. So what you got for me? Let's go.
All right. So
draw the scenario and then ask the question.
All right. So scenario, all the questions based off my scenario. Okay. So, all right. It's when I was in barber school, I had one of my, somebody hit me up on Snapchat. He's one of the new clients. I never met him before. And first day in for a cut, had him on the schedule, how to come in. And he was trying to explain his haircut. But, those clients are like kind of, I guess they don't really know the barber terms to really be able to explain.
Most people don't.
Yeah, so you gotta help them explain or teach them what they want. So at that time, I didn't really. That's when I was really having a problem with me communicating with clients in general. So he just showed me, like, he kind of told me what kind of haircut he kind of wanted. He was like, yeah, I just want to fade on the sides and a slight trim on top. He never really said how much really exactly, how much the trim was, or what kind of fade. So I didn't really ask him because I was too scared to, I just didn't like confrontation, I guess, with the clients because I was too scared to ask, or I felt uncomfortable to ask.
Asking what he wants.
Yeah.
So that's why, and that's a good point. The most important part of a haircut is the consultation. The most important, because it's going to ease the tension on the student, and it's going to ease the tension on the client. And everybody goes through that.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important to be able to communicate and work on your communicating skills in school. Because most people think you're just working in school on your strength, fading. That's it. I'm gonna get this top-notch haircut. But communication is important as well. That's something I think everybody should work on while they're in school. So, which leads to your question.
So, has there ever been a time where a client arrives and was unsure about the haircut that they wanted?
And
so,
how do you handle that? And that's a good question because most schools, like my school, you're gonna have instructors there who are gonna assist with the haircut, and we have a floor manager who's gonna check on the haircuts. But there are some students now who feel that if an instructor come and help them, like people are gonna look at them like they're not good, which is absurd. I mean, instructors are there to help you. So there are going to be some time, and a student should never be to a point where he's afraid to ask for help.
Yeah, because I feel like it's more of a pride thing. I guess a self-pride thing.
Because you thinking other students are looking at you.
Yeah, like he's like he don't know what he's doing. Well, obviously you don't know. You're in school. Yeah, so it's like
so it should be okay to ask somebody for help.
Yeah,
or ask a student. Talk to their professors. Talk to the floor manager. You know what I mean? Because they're the ones who have the experience and they've been through it before. So drop your pride and ask that question. Don't beat yourself up and try to mess something up, because you look way worse messing the haircut up without no instructions.
Yeah, the more questions you ask, the more I just felt the more you learn, especially. And I mean, it's like if you never, I mean, what you don't know is what you don't know. So you never know until you ask. So I mean, that's with everything in life.
Shout out to our feed spot ranked as the top 25 podcast in the country, and also the top 25 podcast for barber content in the world. Feed spot, appreciate you. But that was a great question, Jordan, because again, there's so many students who just don't, they think that if they ask questions or if they sit there and they get help, that they fail or they're not good. Help is education. Continual education is something that you have to do even when you get into the shop. That's important. There are a lot of barbers who don't take their time and go to continual education. And that's the ones who don't see their income growing and don't see their haircuts or their style changing. You got to keep up with the new trends and techniques.
You can't stay stagnant, because if you stay stagnant, you're not going to learn. You're not going to make any more money.
No.
It's just like it makes the job or the career repetitive, and it feels like
it becomes difficult, because then you see guys who are advancing, who has the latest trends, the latest techniques, and doing real well with their social media. Just any tips and tricks and trades that you can pick up from a hair show. You see all these new people coming into the shop, and you low key want to hate on them because you want to ask them, but you don't want to ask them, yo, can you show me, where'd you pick this up at? All you got to do is ask, or just go and take it up on yourself to go out to a hair show. Go to a class that's coming to your community or your neighborhood.
I feel like it's more like, especially like once you get into a shop, you got some people that might look at you and like they look at you while, like I had one of my dudes in the shop. His name was James, but he used to always watch me while I cut, and I'd be like, James, you can ask me a question if you want to learn something, or if there's specifically something you want to know that I'm doing that you might want to learn. Like, you don't have to make you feel like you're gonna bother me, or like I want people to grow and learn just like everybody else. I'm not selfish with my education. I mean, nobody should. I'm
No, you have to continuously learn this craft. You always are learning in this industry. You are always a learner. You continuously learn in this industry because there's always something new, some new trends. And even if it's not something new, but you have to freshen up on your skills. Because if you don't practice your skills and freshen up on them, you can lose an edge, because there's some new barbers who come in that are really hungry.
Yeah, because I feel like you might have to kind of put yourself I feel like myself specifically, I feel like when I was in the shop, I'd always tell everybody, like, if you needed like any more education, or if anybody needed to ask me how to do shears or anything like that, I would let them know. But yeah, don't mind to ask me. I don't care to help you guys out. But I mean, I guess some of them probably think like they've been doing it for a long time. They can probably learn themselves.
Which leads me to another point off that question. Going into a suite or cutting in a shop. Because a lot of people are not ready to go into a suite because there are some barbers who need that extra help, because being in the shop setting where you're around 4 or 5, 6 barbers, you learn from other barbers. And I remember being in the shop and watching barbers, and I'm like, man, how do you do that? Instead of myself going up there and talking to them, like, yo, what's up? But there are some barbers now who are really shady, don't want to teach you what they learned, which is crazy.
I think that is crazy. I think that's the dumbest thing ever.
Man.
I don't know why. Maybe it's just because maybe it's lack of confidence in themselves.
Yeah, and they thinking that if they the only one in the shop doing this, they're gonna make more money than you, and you're gonna miss out. Which is, I mean, that's stupid.
That is stupid. But I mean, on what you were saying, between the suite and the barbershop, well, I think based off of that, I think it's based really on yourself. Mm-hmm. If you think that
how hard you work,
if you're an education seeker and you
Your skills is up to par. You didn't play no games. You haven't skipped no steps. You haven't done no shortcuts, and you've really been tedious and meticulous with your work, and learning and growing. And I mean, it all starts with the foundation, which is in school. And some students, they kind of BS their way through school and try to catch back up towards the end, and they'll be continuously chasing and catching back up even while they're in the shop, and they don't realize it. If you play around in school, you don't do what you gotta do, you'll be catching up while you're in the shop.
Yeah, and then you're gonna be left behind. It's gonna take you a lot longer than when you was in barber school, because you're in barber school. It's like you're people there that come to the school, they're expecting you probably to make mistakes. So if they don't, then I don't understand why people even come to the school. There's some people that are like that there.
So before I came to the podcast today, I was helping this one student, helping him work on his tests for his theory, and he looked at me and said, "Man, it seemed like barber school went by so fast." And he's like, "Man, I remember you used to tell me, don't miss class, don't miss class." And it went by so fast, and I just played around and not realizing how fast it comes through. I'm like, man, I was trying to tell you. And most instructors there, they're like, they're on students. And you don't realize when you don't have someone giving you that structure, poking at you to get the stuff done, when you veer off by yourself and you BS, if you don't have that discipline, you're gonna wish you had someone just pushing you to be your best, pushing you to study, pushing you to go through that book, pushing you to pace yourself.
Honestly, I felt like if you're in the books and really concentrating on what you need to do, barber school does go by way faster. Because but at the same time, it's like you're soaking it all in at the same time, because you're so concentrated and focused on what you need to be doing that you just like it's all like straight ahead, like straight line. Like you just thinking about just getting better and working on everything that you need to be working on, and not thinking about how long it's going to take. And I felt like my journey through barber school went by pretty fast, and I enjoyed it. I had a very good time at barber school, so I wouldn't.
That's good.
But I feel like there's still obviously after you graduate, and you still got some stuff that you need to.
Of course.
But you can't get absolutely everything, but you can get pretty close. Like to
that's another good point. Everybody thinks that the only time they're supposed to learn is when they're in barber school. They don't do nothing outside. They don't do. Some students just leave their books in school. I'm like, how are you gonna leave your book in the locker and not study? You have to make it fun. This is your industry your industry and the career that you love. Make learning that information in the textbook fun.
Yeah, because I still have my textbooks in my trunk, actually, and I'm actually about to go back and try to learn the coloring aspect, because I wasn't very fond of coloring while I was in barber school, but I did a couple of them. But I wish I would have done more while I was in school. But
so you understand the importance of it now.
Yeah, but I have clients that are willing to let me practice on them, which is also a blessing, and letting them know that you want to further your education. That you have clients that will help you do that. Like they'll like, yeah, bro, you can do whatever type of design or haircut or bleach, whatever. You just like, because you get them a little, might get them for free, but that's better than like learning something, you know what I'm saying?
No doubt. But think about as your career advances, where you're making $4,000, $2,500, $3,000, $4,000 a week. You're gonna have to do those services.
Yeah.
You have to do those extra services, because that's what's gonna take you over the edge.
That's what's gonna set yourself apart too.
You try to make $4,000 or $5,000 a week, $3,500. You have to do some extra service. You have to be able to do a well-rounded master barber. You just can't be a barber at this point.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of barbers, especially new ones, think they can just come in and just charge crazy amounts on haircuts and not be adding anything else to the service.
No value.
Yeah. So everybody's looking at them like, bro, your haircuts are $60, but it's still the same. Like you ain't adding no hot towel or.
You open your mouth. You have no client consultation.
Yeah. No.
You're not respectful. You don't dress well. It's a combination of a lot of things when you're trying to charge people an exorbitant amount for a haircut. You know what I mean? Your aesthetics of your environment need to be on point. You need to be able to have a conversation with your clients. You got to be able to make them feel comfortable.
I've said adding flavor. That's what I call it. Adding the spices.
The juice.
That juice.
Crazy juice.
Yeah, adding that flavor, man. That's what sets you apart.
You know where that came from? Adding that juice. Crazy juice.
What is that from?
The movie.
What movie?
Juice.
I don't think I ever watched Juice saying my too.
You know, some people calling you, talking to you about you, Jordan.
Yeah, I
You
know.
Juice?
I swear, I don't think I really have. I need to. Is that the one with Tupac in it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I ain't never watched it. I need to watch it.
Say that. No, somebody's gonna send
All
something
right.
to you.
I watched it a while back, but I forgot what it was like.
The next one.
So let's see. So this is recently what happened. This is also probably something that could happen in barber school as well. I accidentally booked 2 clients in one time slot. Mm-hmm. So I kind of had an extra client in that time frame that I was supposed to. So 2 clients arrive at the same time. You look at the calendar and realize that you made a mistake in scheduling both in the same hour. What would you do?
Hold on, but did they book on the app?
Yeah.
So was there like a...
Well, actually not on the app. There's some people that I have booked on the app, and there's some people that just don't want to go through the app, so I have to put them in.
You did call you, and you just like...
Yeah, so they put them in.
You just have like a mental rep, like...
Because sometimes you get overloaded, you got so much stuff you got to think about, and you're like, oh man, I forgot about this dude, and he already has somebody else schedule it on the app, so you just like, and then he walks in too, so you just,
at the same time.
Yeah, at the same time. So it's either what would you do in that aspect if that was you?
I mean, well, I'd explain to them and let them know I made a mistake, and I'd probably even like try to take something off the haircut, take off a price, whichever one was willing to go afterwards. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I would take something off because that's my mess up. So I can't let my clients pay for my hiccup.
Yeah.
Just out of respect. You know, people respect you for that because in our times and when people booking with you and having a specific time, typically a lot of times they have something to do before or after. And you don't want to mess with someone's time because just like a barber who you are, when your clients come late, you upset.
Yeah.
Even if it's 5 minutes late, you upset. So you have to like reciprocate that courtesy to your clients. The same way you want them to treat you, that's the same way you should treat them. It's a form of respect, and people respect that. And that's how you retain clients, especially if it's your client. You know what I mean? You have to treat your clients well. I mean, you have to treat, because there's a difference between the clients and the customer. You treat both people well. You treat your client just as well as your customer, but your client is someone who's going to stick with you. Mm-hmm. So you have to give them that extra juice.
I said the client is the person that's continue supporting you over the years. If it's I come back every single time.
You treat both people well.
Yeah.
You treat both people well, respectful, on time, give them your best haircut ever. But your client, someone who you chop it up with, have that relationship with you. When y'all come in, y'all have your own special dap. You know what I'm saying?
The little dap hug.
Yeah. And you know that type of client, you're like, man, and y'all have a conversation. The conversation started outside. He already know what he wanted to say to you. When you see him, you were just happy because you know what you was going to say to him. You know what I'm saying? And that conversation is just legit. It's just dope. It's hype. So you got to give him that special.
I say, what I would do, what I did, I gave one of them a free cut.
Which is dope.
Which is, I mean, that's nothing. I don't care what nobody says. A free cut ain't nothing. And then obviously I just had the
customer service.
It's just I gave a half off on the other one, so at least kind of got like a little. At least both of them got a little something, you know.
And they both appreciate that because next time they might, you know what I'm saying, show you love on top of that. Yeah,
it's a situation I'm trying to keep from, but you know things happen.
It's gonna happen again.
Yeah, it's gonna happen again.
And again, that's a good way to handle it.
Yeah, because I've had it happen before, so and I've dealt with it the same way. And I mean, never always just let them know that they might have to wait, and if all ahead of time, just in case if they do have something to do,
right?
Then they can just be like, okay, I can just come by next time, or I'll be like, most of them would find waiting. So
because who don't want a free haircut?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Who don't want a free service? I mean, I've given free service to clients before just to kind of like ease the tension, just like, yo, you know what, my bad. It's on me. Take that. That's dope.
All right, so we'll go to the next one. Let's see. Can you describe a specific situation where a client came to you with a challenging haircut request?
I mean, that happens all the time, especially when you're
in school. I feel like everyone's a challenge.
But the thing is, think about that, right? A lot of barbers, especially with some designs, if you're thinking this haircut is going to cost more, some barbers will try it and not even be man enough to say, yo, I can't do this. This is challenging to me. Drop your pride and say, hey, I can't do this haircut.
Yeah.
If you're in school, have the instructors walk you through the haircut. But if you're in the shop, don't mess somebody up, because another barber in the shop's not gonna have time to help you do someone's hair. And most times in the shop, barbers got their pride so high, they're not gonna let another barber help them do a haircut. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So if you can't do it, just tell the client, refer the client
to somebody that you know that can actually do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just love. Don't be stingy and try to like, nah, nobody getting. If I'm not eating, nobody eating.
That's horrible.
I mean, but there's some dudes out there like that.
100%.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I mean, for me though, I've always been the type of dude that really tries to take on everything, like head on. I'm more like just if it presents itself, I'm going at it. Like, so
no, that's in school.
Yeah. So that's even when I'm in the shop, I'm still like that though. That's just how I am.
But if you think you're gonna mess it up, you think you don't have a grasp of it, because your price is top notch. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're gonna tell someone, hey, I really don't know what I'm doing right now. If you let me get this cut, it's on me. You know what I'm saying? Customer service.
Yeah.
I'm trying a new design. I'm trying a new technique on you. This one's on me today. Do you mind? But you have to communicate with your client first.
Yeah, instead of letting them know, but yeah, I could do this 100%.
And you can't.
And it comes out looking like they want a star, look like a moon or something.
And in your mind, you're just like freaking out. You have a cold sweat, and your client's like, yo, what's wrong with you? You all right? I'm good.
Yeah, I'm straight.
You're just like having beads roll off your forehead.
Yeah.
Got your glasses fogging up because you're so hot.
You like, dang, man, I thought I had this. But I mean, at the same time, I feel like when I was in barber school, I definitely, anything that anybody wanted, I always tried. And I feel like that's the best way to do. You should take it on and
barber school,
be confident with it.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, because eventually you're going to run into it again. So might as well.
That kills me too when students in school turn down haircuts. Why?
Get intimidated. But I mean, intimidation and comfortability is a good thing.
Not only that, some students, when they get towards their 1,400 hours, they want to turn down haircuts. I'm like, yo, you haven't arrived yet. You need those reps. All the reps you can get in school, get them. Even when you think that you where you think you need to be, you're not. Get that rep. Get that rep. You need to get that rep. Why not? Master that rep out. Boss it out.
Because eventually you're gonna run into it in the shop. You never. I still don't think I've cut every single head texture. So there's still gonna be somebody that might come in and I'll be like, oh dang. But I'm still gonna come at it with at least with the education that I know that I've taught myself, that I've seen, that I bought and paid for it. I'm gonna apply that to. There's safety precautions that you can help you get through haircuts that might seem difficult, and you can just figure it out as you go.
And it's okay to have anxiety in school. That's part of it.
Anxiety.
That's part of it.
It is part of
it. But sit with your instructor and talk about that. And you might want to let your instructors know in advance that, hey, I'm a little shy, I'm a little nervous. But most schools, they have things where instructors can give you some stuff to help you go get through your anxiety. For one, what you can do if you have anxiety in school, you have a problem speaking to people, ask your instructor to let you present something in front of the class. Maybe something that you're real good at. Talk in front of your class about breaking down your clippers. Talk, discuss the guards. Discuss something that you can get practice in, because everybody in school, they're your peers. If somebody laugh at you in school, they joke with you, that's part of it. Yeah. All schools are gonna have somebody who's gonna joke more with you, but get comfortable doing it in front of your peers in the classroom or on the floor. Open up more, because that's the times where, that's what it's for. Schools is for, that's the point where you make your mistakes, and it's okay.
Because that's what school's for.
That's what it's for. Working on your confidence, working on your communication, working on how to sell yourself, role playing how to answer the phone, role playing how to talk to clients, role playing how to speak to someone and talk them through a haircut, role playing how to teach someone how to style or do their hair.
That's the thing I've been doing a lot too. A lot of people wanted that, and some people don't know how to explain how to style people's hair because they don't even know how to do it themselves. So that's something that clients really like. Yeah.
You had your clients like to talk to your instructors and say, you know what, I want to start talking to my clients about styling their hair. I want to start talking to my clients about how to take care of the hair when they're not here. What are some steps that I need to do?
Because that itself will help you make even more money as well. Because if they like the product or shampoo or conditioner that you're using in their hair, and you can bring that into the shop and make that your exclusive type of product that you sell your clients, and that helps them.
And which leads to another thing I just thought of when you were just talking about that. I think a lot of students, they fail at upselling another service in the school. Because someone comes for a haircut, they just give them a haircut and don't try to offer them your beard trim, a shampoo, how to style your hair. Because when you start practicing those things in school, it helps you too as well. It helps you get comfortable of knowing what to say, how to sell.
Because I used to have a really insecure problem about touching people's head when I washed like the shampoos. Even that was the first thing that we learned, was how to shampoo somebody's hair. And it just felt uncomfortable at first because you just rubbing somebody else's head and you ain't never talked to them before.
Right.
But after a while, you get more comfortable with it, and it can add to your services.
Of course.
I mean, it's just like,
but not just the shampoo and the conditioner too.
Yeah.
Letting people know what the conditioner does. The conditioner softens your hair.
a lot of people don't know
and
that.
let them feel that. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
And let the client feel as, hey, oh man, it feels better, it's soft. So they know that you have an instant gratification now of something that they could instantly recognize that happened to them. The transformation, just like that. Hey, you know what? I'm going to give you conditioner treatment, and then we're going to shampoo your hair. This is what it does. The conditioner is going to soften your hair, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to add the shampoo.
And then they go like, dang man, I like that. And they're like, oh, well, I got this shampoo, I got another bottle if you want to buy it for like $10 or
Well,
whatever.
this time, you can say this time is free. Next time you come back.
Next time you come back, you can buy something.
I'll let you try it this time. You always want to give something. And
just to get an entry.
Yeah, get an entry. Yeah, you're right.
Because they don't expect it to be free every time.
Because everybody's not going to, you want to, the first, especially when you have a new client, you want them to put their card up and, hey, I got you. This one's on the house, and no, you don't have to spend no more. Put your card up. I got you.
That's actually really smart. That's a good one right there.
Yeah.
Give it out to them for free at first, and then come back next time to like give them the regular price that you pay for it.
Yeah, you know how you made my hair feel last time when you cut it? I want that same feeling. I got you.
I got you. All right, so you see. Okay.
Yeah, these questions are good. We got them rolling, Jay.
Yeah, I had to think of something because all these has happened in the past 3 or 4 months. So I was like, all right, let me just. I couldn't come up with 10, but I came up with some 5 pretty good ones.
But that's dope. I think it's going to help a lot of people.
Okay, so how would you handle a customer who has specific hairstyle in mind, but it may not be suitable for their hair type?
And again, that's in the consultation.
Yes.
I mean, that's in the and one thing a lot of students fail to do is you can use Pinterest, you can go to Google and pull up pictures, and because one of the worst things people do, they have like a different color skin tone and have in their mind of a haircut that they see in someone who's darker than them or lighter than them, and they're opposite complexion tone. And they expect the same results. That can't happen.
Yeah, you gotta make them wake up and realize, like, bro, this hair texture is a tight curl. You got a loose curl, more wavy type hair.
And your hair's a little darker.
Yeah.
Your skin tone's a little darker. His skin tone's a little lighter. And when you cut his hair, the fade is gonna pop different than someone lighter than dark. It just depends. And your hair is not wavy.
Yeah, but you gotta give them an alternative.
Yeah.
Kind of like find something that's kind of in the same realm as that haircut, but also something that suits more suitable for their hair.
I mean, you can go on Pinterest and describe exactly what that person's saying and show them, or to recommend exactly what you're thinking, and type it out in Pinterest, and something will come up. And when you show all those pictures, I guarantee they'll pick something that they like with their hair texture.
I feel like some people though they're still a little iffy because they want their hair to look like that so bad. So they'll be like, is there anything I can do to my hair to make it be like this? And I'm like,
well, then that's what you explain to the client too. Hey, if I do your hair like this is how it's going to come out.
Yeah.
This is going to be the ending results. Because more often than not, a lot of clients, they don't know, they're not the expert. You're the expert of the skill of barbering. You're a master barber. You're an expert. And you're going to give them an expert haircut. They don't know what you know. So the more you're able to explain to them and the more descriptive pictures you can give to them, the better off you're going to be.
I feel like the people, like, I get a lot of people that have straight hair, like straight hair, and they want the curly hair. They want
the kinky hair.
Yeah, but I've seen products where people be putting it in and make the people straight hair curly. So I mean, I feel like it's also just like sometimes
that's a perm, Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, a perm, and they got this mousse that they be putting in people's hair now that makes the hair instantly curly, and I'm like, so I mean, I guess off just what education you have for yourself.
That's why it's important to understand that chemical chapter.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Understand that chemical chapter, man. That's important. The chapters are not there for no reason.
Yeah, the chemical chapter. That's a difficult chapter, but it's an important chapter.
But any chapter that you think is difficult, you have to make it fun.
Yeah.
So you have to read through the chapter and make it fun and think of it how it's going to apply to you in the real world. How is a perm going to apply to you? What does a perm do to a hair? How do you get it to perm? How do you get it to be straight? So those questions you have to ask yourself and make it fun, and start talking to people in that manner. Because when you start talking in that manner, people will be like, okay, you know what? Man, that makes sense. You gotta sound like a scientist when you're cutting hair, when you're explaining the chemical chapter, when you're explaining the facials chapter, when you're explaining all these chapters that's in the book. You gotta sound like a scientist, and then that's when your income will start rising and going up.
That is true. I said the perms, man. I've had people ask me for perms all the time, and I still ain't got the stuff to do it. But
you're just intimidated.
No, I wouldn't say I'm timid. I did a lot of perms in school.
It's a long process.
It is a long process, but I mean, if I'm gonna do a perm, I'm gonna charge accordingly. And I feel like a lot of people probably wouldn't pay, but you never know until you try.
Yeah.
So.
And let me ask you a question. You think you could do a perm and do a fade while you're doing it?
Yeah.
Well, then don't do it that way then.
That'd be, oh snap! A perm while I don't know.
I mean, you just come back and give some time and say, hey, I need this and I need this. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just do this.
And then do the fade. Oh gosh.
You're a master barber.
I am a master barber. Gosh, the fade probably takes me like at least 45.
I mean, but in the
perm, we have to get it done pretty fast. Then.
Yeah, I mean, try to multitask.
I'll be pushing it, but hey, I'll try it. If somebody really wanted, I would do it. So, but it's just, I'll be like, I probably need like an hour and a half. I'll be thinking that. But
hey, set your timer for an hour and a half. That's cool. Do that.
Because I don't want to feel like that I'm trying to push the client out, make them feel like I'm rushing or anything, or making have somebody wait. Because I don't want to make that inconvenient for the other customers.
Yeah, give them that just due, man.
Okay, so this is my last question. Mm-hmm. A customer has limited time and wants a haircut, but there's a long wait list that day. How would you prioritize their needs while making sure all customers are taken care of?
The key is, right, a lot of clients, a lot of times, they're gonna blame you. So if you know that haircut, they have limited amount of time, but you need more time to do this haircut, they're gonna blame you.
So would it be wrong to say no?
I mean, no, because you want to give them their time. You want to give them their due diligence, giving them their appropriate time for the haircut. Remember, customer service, people respect you more when you have great customer service. People respect you highly when you have great customer service. But if they feel rushed and they feel like you're just pushing them out the way, I mean, you're going to lose the clients and you have a bad review, you're going to have a bad name. So I remember one time, this lady brought her son in to get a haircut. And she wanted a specialty haircut. But the first thing she said to me was, oh, he got to go to practice, so we got to hurry up and rush. So, and I was just showing her some love, because of trying to do the haircut so he can get going, because she seemed she was determined and she wanted this for her son so he could look fresh for practice, blah, 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 this and that. And I know it wasn't enough time. And the mistake I made was I went ahead and cut the hair. Just to but I lined them up real well, you know what I'm saying? And she came back and said, oh, you didn't take enough off the top. She didn't remember that she told me she didn't have time. And while I was cutting his hair, she kept saying, can you hurry up? Can you hurry up? Can you hurry up? We got to go. They don't remember that part. They're only going to remember the part where they didn't like the haircut and something wasn't good. They're not gonna remember the time when they talk to you and say, "Hey, hurry up, I gotta go," and initially come into the service saying, "I don't have time," and as you're cutting the hair, they're still rushing you.
So it's like would you say, well, or would you?
But knowing I know now, I'd be like, I would not do it no more. I don't do that no more. I'm like, hey, can you come back? Even though they're like, man, this a little quick little touch up, because people and I gave a haircut in the house that day. They are ready to blame you for their hiccups.
So would you say that's a lose-lose situation?
How?
Like,
I mean, no, you telling them that the haircut is what they want, especially on some little kids, how some parents want these tapers and some special haircuts on some little kids. And the little kid's not gonna sit there. His hair it's not the same texture in that picture. Because most parents, they see like the tight line up.
Yeah, the unrealistic views, especially when it comes to kids.
Yeah, and they don't realize that kid right there, he is a statue. He's gonna sit there and be still. But your kid now, he comes in and talking about he don't want no haircut. He comes in bobbing and weaving and like, I started screaming. And when he heard the clippers, he took off and ran.
Yeah.
But you come with this picture now, okay, can I get a tape on the side with a line up, with a half moon part on top? And you're like, I don't know if he's gonna sit this and take this. We got our pictures tomorrow. We got his third birthday party, his fourth birthday. I don't know.
So I could you got most kids, you got maybe 15 minutes max before they start moving around, and because they just get antsy. So
I mean, there are some kids now who sit there like
that
really
will sit good, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some kids came on their first haircut and just sat was really good and just chill.
So I mean, I guess it's just based off of I don't know. I feel like also
it's
how
all
you
based on the consultation.
Too. Yeah,
and see how much time they have. See and talk to them what kind of haircut. Explain to them that this is a specialty haircut. This might take a little bit more time than desired, and the skin tone is off. This skin tone is your kid's skin tone is not the same as this skin tone, so the haircut's not gonna look the same. His hair is really thin, so he might not get a good lineup, and his curls are just not tight, and his hair is not coarse enough, because everybody want that sponge brush look, where those tight curls, and if your hair is too thin, you're not gonna have that.
You're not gonna get it's not thick enough to get the curl.
It's not gonna be thick. So you have to, but some parents, they don't want to hear that. They just see this picture.
They want it done just like that.
Just like that, which is, and that's not fair, man. That's unrealistic. Yeah.
Well, they know what they don't know. So.
They don't know what they don't know. So, I mean, it's up to us as professionals to explain to people the best of our ability. And if we can't explain to them, we have a hard time, bring someone in to assist you, especially when you're in school. Bring someone to be like, you know what? Can you help me talk about this haircut? Can you help me this? Because in school, they have those parents who just sit there and
they'll be over your shoulder and be over there sweating bullets.
And when you're nervous in school, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, I wouldn't say that's a bad thing, because I feel like you need that pressure though, especially.
But not in school.
Not a lot of it though. But I feel like
not
you
in
need
school.
it.
Not in school,
bit.
because there are a lot of people who are extra nervous, and someone staring at them, it's going to really knock their confidence. They're not going to be at ease. They're not going to be comfortable. When you in the shop and you in your zone, you good. You don't care who look at you, because you're going to sauce this haircut up. You got this. You want people looking at you to show them what you got. But typically, a lot of times when you're in school, most students, from my experience, they prefer not to have their parents over their shoulder.
But I mean, how would you tell them, like, you got to explain to the parent, like, yo, can you sit down?
Well, that's why I prefer most parents wait in the lobby.
Okay.
Wait. I mean, ask a parent, or ask the, or if that ever happens to a student, you were in that position where you're cutting the hair and someone is staring at you and you feel uncomfortable, just take a break and walk to the restroom. And tell the professor or the instructor to come in for a second. Can you have that? You know what I mean? Because
just like a little break.
Yeah, take a little break. Don't sit there and beat yourself up and be in a position where you feel uncomfortable, where you're gonna, pressure bust pipes, where you're gonna be sitting there trying to do a haircut and you might zeke somebody.
And that happened because you start shaking and jump.
Zeke.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Because I say I had because I dealt with this a lot, especially being in the shop my first year, because I would prioritize other people over my life. So I'd have people that would be like, they'll be like, yo, Jordan, I need a cut like real bad, and can you fit me in? I'm booked already out all day, and I have something to do. And I'm like, all right, I'll fit you in after hours, and I try to get him in before I have to be somewhere, but end up running late to that event because I don't want to give him a bad haircut. So it's like, you got to learn how to space your life out, and sometimes you just gotta say no.
I think it's the best thing, because if you say yes and give somebody a bad haircut,
It's gonna come back on you.
Yeah, they're not gonna remember you putting it on for them and taking your time and showing them some extra love by coming in later, staying in later, coming in early, or just right before you leave. Now, just if you can't do it, the best thing to do is, because they're gonna be like, man, he messed me up. They'll never say that I was rushing them. I kind of got him at 12 o'clock at night when he was a little tired, and then I told him, please, I got to go to court in the morning. They'll be like, man, Jordan just zeked me. Nobody's gonna say like, man,
I'm
Jordan
like, dang, bro, I had stuff to do too, and I feel like that's a fear of losing that client, maybe, or losing or a chance of making a client. I think that was my thing too. I was like, man, if I don't get him, he might go somebody else, and that's one less person.
Well, that's a customer.
Yeah,
that's not a client. That's a customer
or potential client.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a good client, I mean, he's gonna respect you. He's gonna respect your time. Because first off, you have a good reputation. People are going to talk about your reputation to the customer and who is going to be a potential client, and they will ask questions. People ask a lot of questions even like on Facebook. Can someone refer me to a barber?
Yeah, I see that all the time.
And people will throw my name. I'm like, man, I don't really cut no more. I ain't taking no more clients. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't. I'm not taking no more clients. I don't take no more clients.
Do you still cut the same ones?
I still cut several clients, and I try to push them off, but they're my clients' clients.
Yeah.
I don't have no customers no more. If somebody come into the school so they want a haircut by me, I was like, nah, the student got you. So I want you. And I'll tell them my price, and more often than not, they're like, yeah, I don't mind. Drop your pride and get a cheaper, get a school haircut.
Yeah.
But nah, I don't mind. I'll pay you your price. It ain't about that. I was like, okay.
I mean, some people they be going. They just want to. I guess I just don't understand why some people come to a school and expect the students to be perfect, because it just don't make sense. I don't understand. I never understood that.
How many people come to the shop and expect you to be perfect? You got some couple.
Yeah, I do.
You got some people come to the shop and expect you to be like God.
Yeah,
like you got to be a wizard, and you're a specialist. You're good at what you do.
But you can't do it all the time. You can't do it all the time.
You should.
Yeah, but
I'm saying even if you give them your A1 haircut, they still like nitpicking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You give them your best of your best, your top notch, your premium cut. They still go, oh man, look.
So can you get this corner a little bit?
And you're like, yo, your head is whopped, dude. And I tell clients all the time, you don't walk around with your head down. So don't drop your head trying to have the mirror up, trying to straighten your hairline. Typically your head is not symmetric.
Yeah, it's usually slanted. Maybe one side corner might be dented in a little bit, so it might look like it's a little crooked. So
the majority of the time, the barber's gonna cut the hair to how people see it straight.
Yeah.
Now there's some barbers who zeke you now, and I understand that. Make sure your haircut is good. There's nothing wrong with consulting with your barber and say, hey, can you fix this? Can you fix that? But it gets to a point where it gets overbearing, because you look to the mirror, to the right, and look to the left, look to the right, look to the left, look to the right, look to the left. You done did it about 50 times trying to make something appear that's not gonna appear. Then you're like, oh, cool. You know those type of clients?
Yeah. Oh, no, trust me.
You're trying to make something happen, or trying to make something grow that's not gonna grow. It ain't gonna grow, dude. That's cool.
You gotta make it. They gotta realize that you gotta take it with what you got.
Yeah, man. I got you.
We can make miracles, but it's only so much miracles. How much miracle we can do? It's only it's only magic dust we can do. It's only so much enhancements we can spray on there before it come on. So it's like it's either you take it or you just gonna have to do something about it. Fix
Right.
it. I don't know. Pay somebody to fix it for you.
Yes, sir. Well, how do you feel about this podcast today, Jordan? What you think about it?
It was good. I liked it, especially with me coming out from stuff that I experienced the past couple of months, or what I've experienced through barber school. Just hoping that helps somebody. You know, I'm sure it will help somebody. I'm sure that a lot of people went through the same exact stuff. So
I know it is, because there are a lot of students who go through stuff and they don't think that no one else is going through. And the important part of this is, from all the emails and texts that we get from on a weekly basis, one thing that's consistent: people in Washington, in Colorado, in Texas, in Cali, in Florida, in Maine, and Chicago and Delaware, people who send me emails from all over the country, some of the same questions that they ask. You know, and I reassure them when I send the email back that, hey, it's okay. It's okay. You're a new barber. Rome was not built in a day. You're not going to lift weights today and gain a muscle tomorrow. In due time, it's coming. In due time, it's coming. You're going to get there. Just stay focused, trust the process, and don't miss days. Trust the process and don't turn down haircuts. Trust the process and go into your textbook. Trust the process and go into your workbook. Trust the process and take your tests. Trust the process and pace yourself. Don't try to do everything all at once when you hit like 13, 14, 1,500 hours. If you miss a test, God forbid something happens, hey, try to take that test over the following day within the next 3, 4, 5 days. Don't wait 2 or 3 months. And there are a lot of students out there who this is going to hit. You delaying your process. You delaying your progress. And then you realize barber school just went by like that. Because your first month, you're thinking like, man, I got 10 months to go. That's not even a long time to get a career that's going to pay you, do you well, that you're going to love, that you're going to enjoy.
that's why I'll be thinking. I'll be looking at some people crazy. They're like, man, 12 months? I'm like, yeah, 12 months. Or 11 months at that. If you can get it done in 10 months, if you really want to get, if you want to get stuff done and stay after hours, and yeah, you can get it done in like 10 months, 11 months. That's not bad. I think that's dope.
That's love to get a career.
Yeah.
That's major love in 11 months. And then with the state of Tennessee, where we offer apprenticeship, where at 750 hours, you can go out to a shop and do an apprenticeship program. So you get all your hours, all your book work in, you take your test, about 750, 800 hours, and you in the shop. You're getting that experience. And if you feel that it's overwhelming for you, you can come back to the school.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, that's important. I mean, I I like the apprenticeship program in that manner, where you can go to school for 6 months, 5 to 7 months, get your work done, get your get the stuff that you need to get done, and then go out there in the field and see what it's like.
I said I cut the kid that was here, that's from Elizabethton.
You
cut hair, yeah, cut his hair, and he was saying that he's going to start at Crown Cutz. I think it was like next year. It's coming up here, and then he's gonna go to school from like till 12, and then go straight from Crown Cutz, and then get to school.
How was it when you cut his hair?
It was good. He likes it a lot. I'm glad he came. He's good. He's a good kid.
Yeah. When did he come?
He's came twice now. So he came last week, and then before that is like right before Christmas.
So you blessed him. What do you think about his haircut?
He got 2 different haircuts. He got the taper the first time, so he got the curly top and taper on the sides. And then next time he got the burst fade. So he's liked it a lot.
He came by himself?
Yeah. And he brought a friend the first time.
Oh, that's what's up. So, you see what I'm saying? That's what it's about. In high school, getting it in. I mean, and just think about that when you was like, at his age, 16, he was like, man, I'm going to barber school. And you just going.
I wish I would have went in barber school when I was 16. But
I mean, things happen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just glad I did it in general. So
right. Would you encourage someone to do it at 16?
Yes. In my opinion, I try. All the kids that I talk to, they're like, bro, I've been thinking about coming to barber, and they're in high school, and I'm like, bro, you need to do it now, because if you do it now, you already have a head start, because you got all those kids in school, your friends, and you can just start building clientele in school.
That's crazy.
And I'm just like, bro, you can make bank in school if you really want to. Yeah.
Yeah, we have several students who are going to be coming from the local high school starting out in the fall, who's going to be doing dual enrollmentship. Even the alternative school, we have some students from the alternative school who'll be coming as well. So I think like 2024 in the fall is going to be a big year for our dual enrollment students.
That's dope.
Yeah. So you have a lot of students from Tennessee High wanting to come to school?
Yeah, they. I'll be telling them, like, just go do it. They're like, bro, I'm scared to mess. That's what everybody says. I'm scared to mess somebody up. I'm like, bro, it's part of it. Like, you scared when you like, I don't know, start playing this new video game. You weren't good at it, so you stuck with it and got good at it.
Think about it. You're going to be in school. Yeah. So if you mess somebody in school, that's cool. The heck is $8 to $10 anyway, which ain't bad.
Everybody just care about what people say about them. They don't want. The people don't understand that it's going to take time. Like, obviously, they're going to look at it and be like, all right, that's not that good. But eventually, they're going to be fire, and then they're going to be like, dang, I want him to cut my hair.
They don't think that they're going to have to go through a learning process of being not good and seeing your haircuts, like some people say, trash. And then you like, you know what? I remember those days when I wasn't really good, but look at me now.
You got to use that as motivation.
That's what it is. Take pictures, see where you are, see where you wasn't. And that kid came all the way from Elizabeth and come up there to, that's about a 30, 40-minute drive.
Yeah. He don't come a lot, but he comes like every month. Yeah.
He came away happy.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I'm glad he came though. He's a dope kid.
That's what's up. I'm gonna send him a text. That's what's up. Again, Barber College Success brought to you by Craig Charles of Crown Cutz Academy, JC. Thank you for tuning in. We had a boss episode today, my main man, Jay Bug, and my guy, Amai. He's gonna come back with us in the next episode. But again, thank you for all our fans, for all our listeners out there. Keep showing the love. Keep sending the questions. Keep asking questions. And we'll get some more fire people on the episodes because I think we're gonna start the episode again of student stories and bring the students in because we have a rollover of students coming in and just hear their stories.
Yeah, that's what I like, those student stories. They always hear somebody where they came from. How
they started, and yeah, we got this guy, Clint. He's from up in Virginia, Southwest Virginia. He's a really, he was a mechanic at first. Yeah, he has
pretty much almost the same kind of thing, almost.
He has a really interesting story, Clint. He told me a story. His uncle got him into it, and he wasn't sure, and he was doing this with cars, and he's like, man, I'm happy. So that's what's up.
That's good.
So what'd you pick up from this podcast today, Jay? What'd you think of it? What'd you pick up?
That everybody's gonna have their own experiences. I feel like barbers especially, I feel like we have a lot of experiences that we all just experience at the same time. We've all went through the same stuff as like at some point in our barbering career. So
yeah, we have a unique opportunity. We have a unique career, a unique job that's fun. We have a unique opportunity, a unique career that's really fun and enjoyable. I love cutting hair. I love going to work. I love teaching. I love the industry. There's plenty of love in this industry. And if you're thinking about a career that you want to enjoy, that's not stressful, where you meet people, you build some strong relationships, lifelong relationships, and creating artwork every 30, 40 minutes, and being around some of the freshest dudes in the industry, as far as like style, trends, the gear, the shoes. Hey, if you into that, barbering is for you, man. Come check it out. Come change your career. I know barbers right now making some really good money in this industry, and it's one of the few careers when you pay for your career, you can make that money back the same year, whatever you pay for school. You can make that money back your first year. I don't know how many careers and that you can do that.
Not too many.
Yeah. And I know barbers like between 6 to 23, maybe from $8,000 to $23,000 a year. You can make that back instantly within your year. You just gotta keep pushing, keep grinding. But again, thank you for listening. Just keep working. Don't delay your process. Don't delay your process. Try to get in school, barbering, cosmetology, esthetician, and nails. Hit us up, Crown Cutz Academy in Bristol, Crown Cutz Academy in Bristol, Virginia, and Crown Cutz Academy in Johnson City, Tennessee. We have students coming as far as from Asheville, North Carolina, Weaverville, North Carolina, all the way up to Kentucky. So we border North Carolina, Kentucky, and Virginia. So we have students vice versa in Kentucky, Tennessee, Virginia, and North Carolina coming to school at Crown Cutz. So if you're surrounding areas trying to get into this industry and you're having a hard time finding a school, hit us up. I know some schools are far away. Some schools have a long, it takes some time to get in because they don't have as many instructors. Come hit us up. We'll get you in. Hit us up again. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube. Hit us up with Barber College Success. Again, spreading love the Crown Cutz way is the only way we know how to do things. Peace.